Today's date. Alright. 22 MLH 253 basic physiological diseases. One special class 10 to 11. Okay. Okay, listen, there will be a surprise test at 11:30. Okay, after everyone coming, and the surprise test will cover all the Unit 1 topics. So I will cover Unit 1 and get ready for surprise test. You will get better answers than the latecomers or whoever did it. MCQs only. I won't go with written. Everything online. Okay. Fine. First of all, I appreciate that you came to the morning class, even though you don't have attendance. Very good.
Thank you, sir, for conducting this class.
Oh, thank you, Keshav. Yes. Yes, it's both for me also time consuming and for you also, but you did good. Let us utilize this time properly. The first thing I want to tell is not the syllabus, moreover, how to write answers in an exam. You already know, right? How to write answers in an exam. Answer presentation for any subject matters a lot. Okay? When you are studying any topic, try to break down the topic into these headings. Okay? Any subject, you will get full marks. At least you will get pass marks, more than pass marks actually. Okay? Whatever question they are asking, okay? It can be a 2 mark. I will give 3 formats then. 5 mark and 10 marks format. Okay? I will give 10 mark format, then you will understand all formats. Okay? First thing you should do is you must able to write definition of the topic. Definition or introduction. You must write the definition or introduction. If you know the definition or introduction, there itself I can understand you know the topic or not. After that, you must able to give me the any flow chart, whatever sub points you are going to discuss. Okay, maybe sub points, flow chart. Maybe the topic is discussing about the bleeding time. Okay, first you will have bleeding time is so and so. Okay, in case of if there is any normal values, you must mention all normal values immediately after definition. Immediately after definition, mention the normal values, so it is clear. Okay. Then in the flow chart, okay, sub point, you must try to give me a flow chart of methods or types. This is the second expected heading. Types can be either given in flow chart or methods. That's it. Methods or any sub classification. Okay. I need a sub classification for all the topics. Okay. Then next important thing is clinical relevance, clinical significance. What is the clinical significance of this thing? Okay. At the end of the day, we are lab technicians. We need clinical significance. Why we are doing the test? For what purpose? Keep in mind, this is an MLT course. All these things, even if I am saying anatomy of heart, in what context heart anatomy helps a lab technician? That should be there. You should write clinical significance in the point of view of MLT, even if it is heart anatomy. Why we are studying anatomy of heart in MLT? What is the relevance? Can you able to give the justification? If you give justification, this is the best answer. You got my point? Maybe I'm studying heart anatomy to know cardio problems in the patient. Maybe pulmonary pericardial emphysema. Some heart got some inflammation. Maybe that inflammation leading to some bacteria. Pericarditis. Pericarditis is a condition. Maybe this bacteria causing this staph. So everything has a purpose of formulating a syllabus. Okay, all your MLT syllabus has some connection with MLT, even though they look different subjects. Even though it looked like an anatomy, still anatomy is connected with MLT. So I need proper clinical significance, and final, I need a conclusion. Conclusion or summary. Of whatever you wrote. Yes. In brief, summary in brief. Okay. Summary in brief means, can you able to understand what is abstract? Abstract is a summary. Is it necessary? Yeah, this is a format of 10 marks, okay? This is a very good format for 10 marks. So, flowchart or diagram. Okay, diagrams will impress the readers, keep in mind. Diagrams will impress the readers even if your diagram is not good. Okay, even though you are not using scales. But still you are visually presenting something, is that will give good marks. Diagram plays a very important role. Everyone keep in mind. For every answer, try to give a diagram. For even 2 marks also. Try to give a simple diagram for 2 marks also, you will get good marks. Okay, sickle cell anemia. You start with a diagram. That's it. You will get full marks. By saying this itself, I understood. Okay, sickle cell, he wrote sickle. Now I know what he will do. See, that is the power of diagrams. Visual presentation. Is it clear? That's why, have you any time observed how I will take classes? I will go with either flowchart or some diagrammatic presentation. I never go with any, PPTs or reading sessions. Diagrams plays a vital role, okay? That's it. So, this is the format. Please go with this format. The conclusion of this is, write definition, flowchart or diagram, clinical relevance, end it, okay, with a conclusion. Over. Simple format, only 4 points. Okay, if you mention these 4 points, that's it. Okay, now listen, there will be some answers where you need to go with a long answers, okay? For example, coagulation pathway. Okay, don't write the paragraph style of answers. No one going to read your paragraphs. Don't write a lengthy paragraphs. You understood? Don't write a lengthy paragraphs assuming you will get good marks. If you fill all the pages, you will think you will get good marks. Never. When you write lengthy paragraphs, the reader will start giving average marks. Because the reader won't be engaged with your beautiful content, okay? I mean your paragraphs. Break the paragraph into some flowchart, okay? Give a flowchart. Give some 1 paragraph statement of flowchart. Okay, that's it. In the coagulation pathway, there is intrinsic pathway, extrinsic common pathway. Intrinsic has these things, extrinsic has this. This can be already discussed in the flowchart. The relevance, clinical relevance, normal values. Over. Okay, I have seen in one case I saw a student with only 6 pages of answers in the final exam got 60 out of 60. He didn't finish all the papers, so only 6 to 7 pages content, but he got 60 out of 60. They understood what I am doing actually. They went with all flow charts.
So, for example, 10 of question we have written a flow chart. The flow chart is a half page or in a single sheet. Then how would we get 10?
Don't care, never mind.
So, I saw this thing like in 10 of we have to write 2-3 pages.
Yes, and listen. And also there is another tendency, you are taking answer copies like this only, right? Why can't you write a flowchart like this? Turn the sheet vertically, draw, okay? Even though you are turning pages like this, okay? Your flowchart need not to be in this direction. You can draw your flowchart vertically also. Let them, let them flip the paper. It's not a computer, right? It's not a hard task. Got my point? If you have a good flow chart, okay, you go with this style, vertical style rather than horizontal. You have another option. When you come, now you got a very big space from here to here. In the answer, that book, you can use this space also. If I see any such answer, you will be the most unique student. You will impress the reader. How to impress the reader is important with your creativity. No one will question you why you wrote like this. We want the data. Got my point? So be creative. Try to impress readers with these tricks. Okay, and last and cherry on the cake or icing on the cake, that is coloring to the diagrams if possible. Go with the plasters. Take just plasters, okay, the crayons. Just give a simple shading. One red stripe on the sickle cell. That's it. It looks more authentic. It looks like a textbook now. Your answer copy become a textbook. It will give that impression. That's it. Actually, I think I have my master answer copies. I will bring next time. You see how I used to write answers. Okay? I used to write almost 17 pages, but not paragraphs. Only flowcharts. That's it. Flowcharts will give depth data. I used to study a lot during masters, and everywhere the colors, diagrams, flowcharts. That's it. They are my answers. Yeah, I used to be very good at diagrams. I draw beautiful neuron, synaptic pathways. Yeah, I will show my answers. It is possible. Yes, you can manage time. Yes, always start with 10 marks first, go with 5 and 2 marks, okay? Most of the time, 70% of students, they will start with 2 marks definitions. They will write definitions so good, okay? They will write 2 pages of definition or 2 pages of 2 marks questions, okay? I was impressed. Okay, this student is good, okay? But I know that student will lose their time in the final, in the 10 marks. Now their 10 marks will be 1 page answer. Their 2 marks will be 2 page answer. But the actual 10 marks become 1 page answer. What should I do now? There is some evaluation scheme with me. Okay? So, yeah. These issues will be seen in final exam actually. In final exam, there is 5 to 6% reviewing of each paper. Even though I am the subject teacher, I will be the primary teacher of evaluating it. But my scrutiny will be done by next 4 faculties, not our department. Okay? Yeah, because they need to maintain quality, there should not be cheating from teacher and student side. So yes.
UID not reviewed the last 5 years?
No. Until final point, no UID will be reviewed. Even if some paper has tampered with any paper was tampered with a tape during a review, they will ask the explanation from the faculty how this happened. Sometimes what happens from the exam center itself, they will forget to take it. I got such issue, okay? Usually what I will do is, when I got my answer packet, in front of them I will cut the paper. Okay, I will remove the seal. They said 14 copies. I will see all 14 copies like this. If I feel anything wrong, I will give the paper to them. See, there is an issue. Shall I proceed or not? It will take some time, but I will do this task. Why need to take risk? Actually, answer evaluation is very, what to say? You need to be very cautious. You cannot do recklessly that evaluation. Very tough. Yeah. Bubbling is another biggest task now. They kept this one, right? ORM. Individual student question wise bubbling I need to do. You are doing your UID bubbling and your these bubblings, right? It's the subject core bubbling. There I need to do CO wise bubbling, question wise bubbling, total marks bubbling. Okay, that's very tough. For each student. So 70 sheets means 70. Each, it will take 10 minutes ORM alone. Okay, 2-3 days. Yeah. Anyway, that is different story. This is clear, right? Yes. Go stick with this format. This is really interesting. Yeah. So coming back to the syllabus. So let us try to break down each topic into these 4 points. That's it. Okay. So the first question is, first topic, range of DLC in adults. What you will write? Range of DLC in adults. What you will write? What answer you will write? Standard range of DLC in adults. Standard range of DLC in adults. First you will write DLC means DLC definition you will write. Differential leukocyte count. This is utilized for differentiating all 5 types of cells. Utilized for differentiating 5 types of cells. Okay. So in an adult, the DLC will be expressed in percentage. DLC value is expressed in percentage. Okay, it is expressed in percentage. So I will keep points like this. Expressed in percentage. 3rd point over. Then 4th point, you will directly go with our analogy. What is that? Mnemonic. Never let monkey eat banana. Over. When I said this mnemonic first time in Galgotia, what happened? Students literally wrote never let monkey eat banana on a answer copy, on the final copy, and I thought, okay, I need to be cautious. Yes, tell me the percentage. 60, 40, 8, 4, 0 to 1. Over. See, this is best answer. This became the best answer. See, normal values everything else. If you, there is one thing missing: clinical significance. Yes, clinical significance. What clinical significance you can write in a 2 mark? You can write any simple clinical signals to know the infection, leukemia, and any that's an inflammation in the body. Over. Done. See, this is just a 5 points answer, but it looks like a 10 marks content. Okay? 2 mark answer having a 10 mark depth. Even though it is simple. See, that is the idea. Very good. Then second question. Normal hemoglobin in adults. Normal hemoglobin in adults. How you will represent the answer? Yeah. HB. HB definition, oxygen, CO2. Next. It will, if you want, you can write color given by RBC by hemoglobin. Then, yeah, normal value. So 12 to 16 grams per deciliter. Then, decreased hemoglobin will cause anemia. Then, clinical significance. Clinical significance, anemia. Then, yes, if you want, you can do other aspects like, yes, it can be hypochromic anemia or hyperchromic anemia. All these things will be under clinical significance. Okay? See, when I asked that question, normal value of hemoglobin, I didn't write only 12 to 16. Most of the students thinking they are smart, they will write answer only to the question, thinking they will get full marks. You see the Diksha answer copy, then you will understand. Diksha will break down everything actually. She will, whatever question we are asking, she will break down with the roots. Okay, breaking from the roots will give the broader depth to the answer. Okay. If you write only 12 grams, normal value male, female, it's not the answer. It's a part of answer, that's it. Who said, okay, never said time management. That is your skill. You are writing exams for past 14 years. You are writing answers on a piece of paper for past 14 years. You have a huge experience. Huge experience, more than my career as a teacher in writing, right? And don't never. Okay, my grandfather. Okay, my mother's dad has a brother. Okay, yeah. I will tell one interesting thing. Yeah. So my grandfather, he is a scientist. Okay, he is a botanist. He is a director of Indian Oil and Research. He retired now. So. Yeah, I asked him a question. How do you? He has a Wikipedia. Okay, big scientist. He has a plant with his name. It's a chili plant. Anyway, and sorghum rice. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I asked him a question that how you wrote a PhD exam, because he's studied in all government institutes. Okay, MPhil, PhD, all these things. How you wrote a PhD exam? I was struggling to write a BSc level answers. How you wrote in-depth PhD level answers there. He also have 3 hours of time. I too have 3 hours of time. Okay, you got my point. Even PhD exam, when you are writing a PhD exam, you have 3 hours of time. When BSc MLT, you have 3 hours of time. If you say you don't have sufficient time, then think about PhD problems. Even in MSTs, in MSTs we are not asking 60 marks answers. We are asking half of the 60, only 20 marks answers. Then what is the problem? Time management is your skill. You need to develop that at your end. That's it. At personal level, you must understand, and this is why we have this technique. Go with flowcharts. It will reduce time at paragraphing, right? Diagrams reduce time. Rather than writing something and labeling. That's it. Definition is sufficient to me to understand. Definition, flowchart will give all the answer and clinical significance. Points, that's it. How ChatGPT giving answers? Simple, concise, to the point, to the asked question. ChatGPT has an issue. What is the issue? It cannot use more computing power. It will try to keep answers within 200 to 300 words, and it will give best answers. How it is keeping concise and depth answers? ChatGPT is best example of representing an answers. You got my point now? They tried that to keep it short, keep it straightforward to the asked question.
MST copy both सकते हैं जिसे copy both सकते हैं जिसे MST
Page
Okay, page is small. I don't think so. I will tell you one thing, students. Listen, your target should be like this. Can I able to get 20 marks with 2 pages of answers? That should be your target. Can I get full marks with 2 pages of answers? Can I able to write my answer in such a way that in the shortest possible answer representation will I get maximum marks? In my masters, I got one issue. I was supposed to take one seminar and they said my slides should be only 3 slides. Okay? Usually what happened, most of my classmates, they are taking lengthy... Okay, Ranjay sir is calling now. I will answer later. Okay. Alright. Won't be good. Hello, good morning sir.